Now, the most often asked question I get as I travel is, how did these people get on these wings so quickly? I'm going to tell you what happened. Like I mentioned, when we hit, I went back in my seat, the seats broke. And when the seats broke, people got very, very resourceful. All of a sudden, people started getting on top of their seats and walking down the seats to get out of the exits that quickly. Now, about 3 years ago, I had the opportunity to speak up in Providence, Rhode Island, to a group of bishops and priests, a very unique audience, one of the most unique I've ever had the opportunity to speak in front of. And I got done speaking, and one of the bishops came up to talk to me. He said, "Son, I think those seats broke because of divine grace." I said, "Sir, I have no clue. I don't know." A few months later, I had the opportunity to speak to a group of nuclear engineers that make nuclear subs in Groton, Connecticut, another unique group. I got done speaking, one of the engineers came up to me and said, "Dave, I think those seats broke because they were designed to break that way." I don't have a clue. I said, "I don't have a clue." So what do you do when you don't have the answer? You call the lady behind the green curtain, the wizard. She has all the answers, right? So I finally said, "You know what? I'm getting this question all over the place. I better find out the answer." So I called her up. I said, "Listen, I'm getting this question. Can you tell me, how did the seats break?" She said, "We don't have a clue. They just broke." But that's how most people got out. But I didn't do that. Well, I told you the night before, everybody wanted to be my friend and talk to me, right? And they all left their cars and said, "Call me if you need something." I'm cashing in right now. And the guy I cashed in on was the head of Port Authority. And that's when I found out how important and how powerful that position is in New York. Probably more powerful than any position in New York as the head of Port Authority. Because I said, told Doris, I said, "Call this guy. He said he'd help me if I needed help." She's like, call the head of Port Authority? I said, call him. So she's like, "Okay, the guy's melting down. He's freaking out a little bit, all right?" All right, she goes, I'll call him. So she went outside, right, called him, and about 3-4 minutes later, I had a police escort ready to take me from Weehawken, New Jersey, LaGuardia, in 16 minutes in a pimped-out Escalade, me and my hoodie, right? That's how important the head of Port Authority is. And if you ask U.S. Airways, they'll tell you that's the miracle. Because no one gets a police escort through Manhattan